Work travel molds you into a kind of ghost, passing through sliding lobby doors, your life compressed into rolling bags and keycards, your memories smudged by repetition. Every hotel becomes a variation on one forgettable theme, that same antiseptic scent, the hum of mechanical systems behind the walls, the cheerful vacancy in the eyes of the person at check-in. That's how my weeks go, city after city blending into nonsense. Or at least, that's how it was, until last week, when I found myself standing before a hotel that seemed to have materialized out of nothing. The Granger Inn. I'd never heard of it before. Its sign, feeble and flickering, promised mediocrity. 2 stars, maybe less. But when you're tired and the confirmation email is in your inbox, you take what you're given. It was only at the front desk that the first anomaly surfaced. "Reservation for Carson, room 313, I told the woman. Her reaction was immediate and unsettling. The polite mask slipped just a little, her face stuttering between reassurance and uncertainty as she scrolled through her screen. "There's no room 313 on this property," she murmured finally. But there it was, in black and white, my reservation confirmed, my money taken, room 313. After a moment's hesitation, she slipped me a keycard. Maybe she didn't want to argue, or maybe she was just tired of the too long night. "Elevator, 3rd floor, end of the hall," she said, her words strangely hollow. No further questions. No apology. Up on the 3rd floor, the change was immediate. Not just quiet, but sterile and void. A silence that felt deliberate, as if the hall itself had exhaled everyone else. Doors stretched out along the corridor, but none bore numbers, and all seemed long abandoned. At the far end, a single door waited, unmarked and pressing in its plainness. I raised the key card, the lock accepted, and the door eased open for me unbidden. Cold air tumbled out, sharp and sour. Inside, the room defied logic. Much larger than it should have been, like a ballroom collapsed into hotel geometry. The wallpaper drooped with age and damp, and the bed wore a blanket of dust, evidence that no one had slept here for years, maybe decades. Yet on the nightstand, I found something out of place and impossible. A Polaroid photograph of me, unmistakably asleep in that very room. A shudder worked through me as I checked for a signal. Nothing, neither cell nor Wi-Fi. The door, when I tested it, was sealed from the outside. I was alone in a pocket outside the world. Lights crackled overhead, the TV stuttered to life, then static, then a voice. "Welcome back." My head spun with memories, except they weren't mine. A woman sobbing, a sudden argument, the thud of something soft gone lifeless on a hard floor. But those things had never happened to me, or, I told myself, to anyone. I peeled up the edge of the carpet, feeling driven by a compulsion I didn't recognize. Old blood, long dried, congealed into the floor. On the bed frame, carved as if clawed, "See Carson, do not wake him." In a panic, I hurled myself at the window, but outside was nothing, an infinite black void, swallowing all but my dim reflection. I screamed, but the silence inside smothered any return. I flipped the light off, then on. The room neither darkened nor brightened, as though refusing my input. I turned to the Polaroid again. Now, the photo showed me standing where I stood, holding the picture. But behind me, in the depth of the lens, a tall figure hovered just out of focus. I spun, heart racing, empty room, but the mirror showed my reflection smiling, serene, even as my own lips stood rigid. It raised a hand in cool greeting. Mine wouldn't budge. The lights flickered out. When they returned, the door was open, my keycard gone. I tore down the hall, through the lobby, staff visible but oblivious, as if I'd melted from their world. I reached the parking lot and ran until city lights looked honest again. When I got home, I checked my phone. The Granger Inn had vanished from all records. No reservation, no receipt. One artifact remained, a photo. An empty gray room captioned, "Room 313, next guest pending." If any hotel ever offers you a room that's not supposed to be there, walk away. Don't enter, don't search, and above all, don't look in the mirror. There are places that remember us, whether or not we've ever been there before. And some doors, once opened, don't quite let go.